Hey there, folks. It's me, your old pal, Officer Hank Schlitz, the Game Cop, coming to you over the internet to teach you all sorts of fun stuff and let you know what's going on in the news and what's cool and what's hip and what's going on today. Yeah. So what's the topic of discussion at the moment? You might be saying, well, friend, here's what's up. I was going to the grocery store the other day and I purchased my favorite delicious snack, Fritos chips. And I was thinking about Fritos, and I was like, I haven't seen a whole lot of like press about Fritos in quite a long time. I haven't seen any advertisements for them. I don't see Fritos. I don't see teenagers eating Fritos in the pages of the magazines I'm flipping through. And I'm like, why is that? I remember Fritos having more of a presence, and it occurred to me that most people, I think Fritos have sort of fallen off of the popularity bandwagon, if you will. So I was thinking, hey, Fritos Corporation, why don't you get some new ideas so you can make people aware of this great, delicious, classic snack that's as American as apple pie, and for some reason no one's eating it. No one's making Frito pie. I don't understand. This used to be an American tradition, and now I don't see it addressed or advertised anywhere. So Fritos Company, listen up, because this is Hank Schlitz top 5 tips for helping people know about Fritos and how delicious they are and how they're the best chip that ever made. All right, tip number one. Tip number one for the Fritos Corporation is bring back the lovable advertising character, the Frito Bandito. Yes, now, some of you, a little bit of our younger viewers, you may be wondering to yourself, who is this Frito Bandito you speak of? I have heard no tales of him. So let me tell you about this little guy. He was a fun little cartoon character that is very similar, I guess, to Speedy Gonzales. He hails from our neighbors down south in Mexicana, and he just loves his Fritos, and he's a little bandito, and he's like, oh, me love frito, me quita frito, oh, normally I sleep all day and drink me tequila, but now, oh, frito make me run around, no, jump over border to get frito, I will. And it was just so much fun, the Frito Bandito, and, that might have something to do with it, is that the Fritos company hasn't had a fun, cool cartoon character like this to, sell their product. That's the word I was looking for. Sell the product to the American public. So I say bring them back, maybe reboot them. Rebooting something that everyone's into nowadays. You can make them all like hot and sexy. And be like, I'm the Frito Bandito, and I'm gonna stick a gun in someone's face. Like, give me the fucking Fritos, baby. And they're like, oh, I'm scared, but I'm also kind of horny. This guy's asking me so aggressively for his delicious chips that he wants so bad. And then everyone will be talking about it. It'll be on the Tumblr and the Grumbler and all those fun internet platforms. So, bring him back, man. Why not? He was fun then. He's gonna be fun now. So, tip number one, Fritos Corporation, bring back that Frito Bandito. We'd all love to see him again. All right. Tip number two. Tip number two is, you gotta hop on the bandwagon of popular trends. So, I say, there's this song I keep hearing about, Despacito. Despacito, everyone's singing and dancing and having a fun, good old time dancing to this Latin hot song. So that's what I was, and it rhymes. It's right there, you dummies. If you don't take this, you're just not taking the opportunities that God has so clearly laid out for you in his ultimate plan. So in that case, talk to the people who made Despacito and make a Fritos version, or get them to feature Fritos prominently in the music video or something. I'm not going to tell you how to do everything, but it's right there. Frito Despacito. I like Fritos. Chaka 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 cha cha. Chaka chaka cha chaka chaka cha cha. Chaka chaka cha chaka cha cha cha. Chaka chaka cha chaka. I like Fritos. There you go. I think that's how the song goes, right? Who cares? Anyway, so tip number 2, get those Fritos with the Despacitos. Get on it, baby. All right. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is take advantage of these awesome shapes that Fritos come in. Now, I think this is just a good way to get the kids on board, because I remember when I was working at the North Lake Elementary School, and Bugles first came out, and it was a really, really big deal. All the kids were like, "Oh, you got Bugles, and they're trading them and they're fighting over them, and it was a real problem, these Bugles, because they were so popular and everybody wanted them. And you might be asking yourself, well, why were they so popular? Well, I think a big reason was because of the shape, because they came in this conical shape that you could put in your fingers and make you look like a scary witch or a lizard monster or something. And that was a whole lot of fun for everybody. But people tend to forget that Fritos also come in a fun shape. And I think that Fritos should just make people aware. They're like, hey, you can make fun costumes and games out of Fritos too. Bugles isn't the only fun kid chip out there, okay? So what do? Well, you might think that they look like fingernails, but that would be kind of hard. You need like glue or something. You can't just one-to-one do the Bugles. You have to make Fritos its own thing. It's its own shape. It's a curved thing. It looks kind of like a really long toenail. And it might look like a familiar shape, like a little bit of a canoe. And hey, that's something you could do. Fritos make a fun toy out of. You make a boat. You can have your own naval battles with Fritos. You can put Fritos in a cup of water and dump sprinkles inside the cavity so it looks like a bunch of men in an old Roman trireme or something like that. And you can have like fun naval battles and then you're trying to get the sprinkles into the Frito cup, and some of them get in the water. That's fine, It's like they went overboard. Oh, now there's a narrative. Now there's a story. Now there's depth. That's what Fritos gives you. Bugles, it's just, oh, I'm a witch. Rah, rah, rah. Isn't that fun? But Fritos, you get a story. You get men overboard and harrowing tales of daring do. That's what you get with a Fritos game. Yeah. So, and also you could stick them in your ears and make it look like you got chip ears, and that's fun. Like, look at me. Oh, I better go to the doctor. I got something weird coming out of my ear. That's what you'll be the talk of the town if you do that. So that's just 2 ideas right there. I just came up with them right now for you, Fritos Corporation. And there's all sorts of things you can do with a fun, like curved little corn chip. So that's tip number 3. Yes, tip number 3. Fritos, fun shapes. Use it. Figure it out. Okay. Tip number 4 for Fritos Corporation. Maybe the kids aren't interested. Maybe tip number 3 didn't work. So where do I go from here, Schlitz? I've tried everything you're suggesting. It's not working. People aren't taken to the Fritos anymore. Well, shut up for a second and I'll tell you what tip number 4 is. All right. Tip number 4 is get celebrity endorsements. And I'm not just talking about any celebrities, okay? We can't have like Shakira or Drew Carey or someone like that. We need someone with prestige, okay? And, like when I see the old Patriot, insurance commercials with Sam Waterston, I'm immediately sitting up in my chair. I'm like, oh, Sam Waterston, he's usually informing me about the most nefarious murders. I better sit up and listen to him and see what he's talking about. Next thing you know, I'm purchasing insurance, okay? And I think Fritos could use the same kind of idea. So just get like a celebrity that as soon as they walk out on the stage, you know that something important is going to be said. You know that it's a worthwhile thing, that this celebrity's not just going to endorse any kind of fly-by-night corn chip, okay? This is a real deal. So I was thinking maybe someone like Gary Sinise would be a really good choice for this. You just have him come out and, list all of the famous roles he's been in, like hi, I'm Gary Sinise. You might know me as Lieutenant Dan from the Oscar-winning film Forrest Gump, and I'm here today to talk to you about Frito-Lay and Frito chips, and it just goes on from there. You can work it out. So that's a great idea. It's tip number 4. Get someone like Gary Sinise on there. Get someone with some real clout. Next thing you know, everyone's eating Fritos. And tip number 5 from Hank Schlitz the Game Cop to the Fritos Corporation to make them lots and lots of money. Yes, you. So listen up. Call them Doritos. Just take all the bags and put Doritos on them. Everyone loves Doritos. All I hear is Doritos, Doritos, Doritos. I see all the commercials for Doritos. I see, Lord and Daft Punk eating Doritos everywhere, and everyone thinks it's so cool. Well, just jump on that. People will be surprised. They'll be surprised. Yes, they'll be like, wait, I thought I bought Doritos. These are Fritos. I know these aren't Doritos. But then the charm offensive happens, and just the presence of the Frito and the fun shape and the delicious plain taste You know, you don't have any of that gross ranch flavored powder crap. It's just a nice plain chip. It's not pretentious. And the next thing you know, they'll be saying Doritos. Who? Doritos what? I'm eating Fritos, baby, and that's all I'm ever going to be eating. Okay, so that's 5 tips for Fritos to the Hank. Oh, Fritos to the Hank Corporation, and giving them to Fritos for free to say, hey, Fritos Corporation, listen up and use these ideas. Because if you do, next thing you know, people will be talking about Fritos all day long. Okay, that's me. I'm the Game Cop. I'll have more things to say soon, I'm sure. Goodbye, Game Cop.